Good morning, all. We will start the webinar in few minutes.
मैं म्यूट नहीं हो रहा यार।
Hi, Zoran.
Hi. Good
Hi,
morning,
Joanne.
all. Welcome to the webinar. We have Mr. Suran Jonas and other Wizard team members here. So, if you have any questions, please post the questions in the chat. We'll just wait for 5 more minutes and we'll start, Suran.
Hi, hello, good afternoon from Malta. Yes, we are ready over here, and we will actually wait for a couple of moments for more applicants or more students to join. Today, unfortunately, Ruth is not with us, so on behalf of Ruth, Harold and Bipin will answer all the questions in the chat box in writing format, and I will actually provide the oral answers after short introduction. So let's wait for a couple of minutes, and Swetha, please let me know when it's okay to start. Thank you.
Yes, sure, sure. Yes, Soran, I think we can start the session and parallelly they'll join. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Swetha. So I will start with first with short introduction. So kindly do not type any questions in the chat box. We will definitely answer every single question that you will ask for the next 1 hour that the session will last. Firstly, once again, welcome to all of you. First of all, I would like to express big thanks to my colleagues, the super big team of visa officers over there. Thank you for joining. Also, my colleagues from Malta office as well. And thank you very much, all your candidate students, all you, sorry, candidate students and interested people into our GBS courses. So once again, welcome to our session. Here we will try to clear up some doubts that you might have that perhaps actually you don't know, you don't understand, and so on and so on. So how the entire process looks like, it's quite simple, but there are so many stages. Once you complete your admission and once you accept the course and we accept you as a student, definitely my colleagues over there in the visa support office will contact you to provide us with a lot of different documents. What I realized that people generally do not understand how serious visa process is. It is something that is, first of all, quite lengthy. Second of all, actually, it requires quite a lot of documents and papers that you need to prepare. Then, of course, a part of the preparation of the documents, papers, and everything, you will need to go to visit the nearest VFS office that actually is a sort of like a third service party for us. They just collect the documents and they provide the documents onto our immigration authority called Central Visa Unit over here in Malta. Overall, uh, once we receive all the documents over here at school, my team will definitely go through every and each document and try to assess every and each document. Here, I would like actually to ask all of you to pay attention extremely about every paper, every document that you are submitting to us and that you are submitting to the Central Visa Unit. Apparently, visa can be refused or cancelled just because perhaps the quality of the scanned document is low, unfortunately. So, you can see the faces of my colleagues who are visa support officers and try to follow and try to reply on every and each email that they send you, even if they ask for 5 times to provide them with a better quality of document or corrected document. Feel how to say it, do it. Just follow their instruction. That's for the good visa outcome. They are not here actually to make your life difficult or miserable. They are here actually to help you. As I said, Central Visa Unit is a very serious organization over here in Malta, and this process is quite difficult. I need to admit. So follow the guidelines that actually my lovely colleagues will provide you with. Try to provide them with every single document that they ask. And of course, every single time when they ask you to do some corrections, please do it. It's good for you. It's good for your positive visa outcome. Let me go quickly through the documents just once to confirm the documents that actually we will need from all of you to have to submit and to apply with the VFS Center to get a visa. First of all, you will need to fully filled in visa application and sign the application. Kindly refrain from the PDF signatures or whatsoever. Be old-fashioned, use a pen or pencil. Sorry, not pencil, use pen, sign the application, and that's all. My colleagues, visa officers, will also send you the template how the one application is supposed to be filled out. Second document that we need is definitely a passport, valid passport, the passport that actually will let you to travel abroad. Also, you will need one passport photo that should be attached to the application. The background actually supposed to be white, and your head is supposed to be on 80%, minimum 80% of the photo. Next is documents that actually school will provide you with. If we receive all documents in order, if everything is fine, we will provide you with details of your course that you are going to study with us, with the document that will prove the duration of your course, the document that actually will prove how many hours per week you will be studying over here, and of course, one of the most important thing is proof of payment. So before you will go to VFS to submit your documents, you will need to pay for your course. Also, according to the document that actually school will need to provide will be also the accommodation if you are taking it via school. But about accommodation, I will say a few words after. Document number 5 will be definitely bank statement. Central Visa Unit needs to see actually if you are financially okay, if you can actually live here comfortably. So you will need to provide us with the bank statement for the minimum between 3 up to last 6 months, and this statement actually suppose actually to prove the amount of money that actually you have, the sufficient funds that you will need to have. To apply for a visa, you will need to have something around 3,000 euros. But once you're here to apply for student residence card, your bank statement should be a bit higher, a bit more. If you are self-sponsored, you will need actually bank statement from your bank. You will need the bank letter from your bank. That bank letter is supposed to continue. The bank letter is supposed to consist of ID card number or passport number. That's very, very important. Once you go to the bank, ask for the bank letter and ask the bank to input the bank on the bank letter your passport number as well. If you are sponsored, in that case, you will need the bank's statement of your sponsor as well. You will need actually the copy of the ID card or passport of your sponsor. You will need the sponsorship letter. My lovely colleagues can always actually provide you with a template for the sponsorship letter. Sponsorship letter is supposed to be well staged to contain every single detail about you and about your sponsor, starting with the relationship in between two of you, concluding to the amount of money that sponsor is willing actually to sponsor you with, both bank accounts, how often the sponsor will transfer the money, when this will happen, and so on and so on. As I said, my lovely colleagues, actually, they have a template of the sponsorship letter, and if you actually struggle with writing one, feel free to ask my colleagues. They will provide you with. Bear in mind, sponsorship letter is supposed to be notarized or legalized. It cannot be just a piece of paper that two of you will sign. The third party actually is supposed to put a stamp on that. Also, we will need, if you are self-sponsored, we will need the photo of the front side of your bank card, all together with the ATM slip that actually you prove that you can withdraw the money or that you can pay with this card something. In addition, if you are sponsored, in that case, we will need the photo of the card of the sponsor as well. Make sure that actually you have enough funds that you will be able actually to live here normally and comfortably, and make sure that you did not deposit big lump sums actually at once, twice, or 3 times on your bank account. Also, when it comes to the funds, you will need to provide your ITR or tax letters that actually tax was paid for the previous 3 years. This is very, very important. Central Visa Unit wants to see that the money is legal. If you are self-sponsored, ITR of yourself. If you are sponsored by somebody else, then actually you need to add ITR of your sponsor as well. Bear in mind for the very last 3 years. If you don't pay tax, then actually tax exemption letter, or if you pay tax but tax was not paid, then actually you need to write the declaration why the tax was not paid. And more or less, that's all when it comes to the fundings. You will need to have a medical and travel insurance. When it comes to the medical and travel insurance, for example, in India, there is a list of 16, 17 different companies that can provide health insurance that is acceptable in Schengen area. However, my colleagues will always actually provide you with that list. For the countries outside of India, you always actually before you purchase the health insurance always ask visa officers if this is acceptable for Schengen. When it comes to the health insurance, the health insurance is supposed to cover Schengen countries, minimum medical coverage of 30,000 euro and covering a minimum of 120 consecutive days. One mistake that people usually do with health insurance is that the starting date is after they will arrive to Malta. No, it cannot happen. Your health insurance actually should start with the day that you will enter Malta, or a day, 2, 3, 5 days in advance or before. But it cannot be actually after your arrival over here. Okay. As I said in the very beginning, we will Central Visa Unit will need full passport copy with validity of minimum 8 months and with minimum 3 blank pages that they will be able to label and stick your visa if you will be the one who will be granted with the visa. Next document will be flight ticket. Since we are providing higher education courses that are all for minimum 1 year, it means that you cannot actually purchase return ticket. For the visa application, you can actually just pre-book a ticket in one direction. You don't need to pay for that. Also, my colleagues, they have, I provided them with the Schengen info zone about the purchasing and not purchasing, sorry, about the booking the flights. So they can also provide you with that. With flights, something that is very, very important is that you can enter Malta as the first step in Schengen area, meaning that when you travel from your home countries, you cannot buy a ticket from your home country flying to Frankfurt and then from Frankfurt here, or from your home country flying to Rome, Italy, and then here. Your first entry to Schengen area is supposed to be through Malta. Okay, so now most probably you're asking yourself how, why, and so on and so on. It's very, very simple. You have always actually purchased a ticket or buy a ticket, book a ticket via Istanbul or via Dubai, where we have the direct flights, or via some other countries in Europe that are not part of Schengen area. If you are buying a ticket through London, UK, in that case, you need to provide us with the British transit visa, as you cannot actually enter UK even if you are in a transit without the visa. Okay. Next thing, accommodation. Accommodation thing is a document that you will prove that you secured a bed, if I can say it that way. So, according to the Central Visa Unit, you will need to purchase accommodation for and pay the sorry, not purchase. You will need to book and pay the accommodation for a minimum 4 weeks. It means that you can always book the accommodation via school. In case that visa will be refused, this accommodation will be refunded for 100%, but also you can do the accommodation arrangements in your own in your own way, if I can say it that way. But bear in mind, it has to be paid accommodation. Booking.com and all other actually accommodation services that are just pre-booked and not paid, Central Visa Unit will refuse and your visa will be refused. Okay? On top of that, on top of all the documents that actually I mentioned over here, you will need to pay the admission fee. Admission fee, you will need to pay 160 euro to school because the school will book the appointment on your behalf. and then actually you will need to pay some extra fees over there at VFS depending on the country and depending on the currency as well. So once we receive all the documents that I mentioned over here, we will assess all the documents. If everything is in order, compliance team will give go ahead or green light for booking the appointment. We will book the appointment to the nearest VFS center to you. In India, we have plenty of VFS centers. In other countries, like for example in Turkey, we have 2. In other countries, it's mainly 1 VFS center per country. Unfortunately, there are some countries that we don't have VFS center, as for example Pakistan, and Pakistani nationals unfortunately will need to travel to the United Arab Emirates. Okay. Once we book the appointment for you, visa officers will actually inform you about the appointment. You will have the time, you will have the date, time. You will need to prepare your profile. You will need actually to book, you will need to print out all the documents. Make sure that your documents are good, in good order, that you didn't forget anything, because it's extremely important that you apply for your visa with all necessary and required documents. Okay, so once you apply for your visa, some of you will be invited for the online interview that will be organized by Central Visa Unit. Not every applicant, some of you. Let's say that at the moment they are interviewing something around 50% of applicants. This doesn't mean that you will be granted with visa, or it doesn't mean that actually if you are not invited for the interview that your visa is refused. No, Central Visa Unit is just doing random actually interviews, and that's all. After VFS submission and after the interview, students will need to wait between 6 and 12 weeks for passport delivery. Once the passport is delivered and once the visa is granted, you will actually inform us about your visa. You will send us a photo. We will organize everything for you over here, and we will welcome you at our GBS Malta campus. More or less, that's all. Introduction was a bit longer than I expected. Sorry for that. Let me crack on your questions. I can see that actually my colleagues, Harold and Bipin, already answered some questions, so I will start from the very last that I can see. How long do... Sorry? Thank you for all you do. Which payment should I make first? First, you need to make a payment to school, 160 euro when it comes to visa, so that we can book the appointment. With that money, actually, we are booking the appointment. After that, you at VFS Center, you will have another fee, which is, according to my knowledge, something roughly around 100 euro. My colleagues can correct me if I am mistaken. Which should come first? Also, what is the proof of funds? What is the proof of funds for visa application? Proof of funds for visa application, bank statements, as I mentioned in the very beginning, bank statement that you have enough funds on your bank account or on the bank account of your sponsor. One of my colleagues is texting me that in India it's 150 euro in Indian VFSs. Thank you for that. How long do I have to wait to reapply again after a previous visa rejection? You can reapply for the next intake immediately. Hi, my question is about admission. Does the institution accept higher national diploma from Nigeria? When it comes to the higher national diploma from Nigeria, feel free actually to send an email to me and I will answer that question because I need to double check one thing. I don't want to mislead you. I provided you with my email address over here. What percentage of Malta visa get approved? Percentage is different from country to country, and the percentage of visa is not actually saying anything about should you apply or not, because like there are plenty of people that they will apply with wrong documents, so they will be refused. There are plenty of people that they will apply with amazingly good documents and their visas will be approved. Please, can you quote the proof of funds required proof of funds required for living costs in euros? I don't understand. Proof of funds required for living costs. Can you elaborate your questions, Jay, a bit more? Great chat, Zoran. What are the supporting documents required for visa application for an MBA student being sponsored by his company? Okay, if you are sponsored by your company, you will need actually a sponsorship letter that actually will prove everything. Well-staged sponsorship letter. Get back to me and I will provide you with the sponsorship letter when it comes to the company. Company will need to confirm how much money they are going to provide you with, when, and so on and so on. Please, can you quote a proof of funds required or dollars? I still don't understand your question. We don't use dollars here. We are a European country. We use euro. You are referring for the monthly costs or something like that? Please let me know. Can someone going for a master go with one kid? No, you cannot actually. Your main purpose, your visa will be a student visa, and student visa actually is mainly for studying purposes. So the kid cannot be actually, anybody cannot be accompanied, unfortunately. Yes, my colleague Bipin provided admissions email address. If visa is rejected, what happened to the school fees, especially if it comes with scholarship? Are we getting a refund or we can use it for the to apply for the next intake? If your visa is rejected, you have two options. Number one is to differ for the following intake. Number two is to ask for the refund. When it comes to refund, if you took accommodation with us, you will be refunded 100%. For the tuition fees, we will only deduct 200 euro, which is admin fee in that amount. How much is the student required to show in bank account? For the visa purposes, three minimum salaries of Malta, which will be roughly around 3,000 euro. For the student residence card, you will need to have something around between 6,000 and 7,000 euro for the student residence card because it's longer. Thank you for all you do. Which payment should I make first? VFS, I think that actually I already answered. Hmm? Thank you, VFS appointment payment or accommodation payment. Which should come first? Well, you need to do the tuition fees, accommodation fees, and VFS appointment fees. I would suggest all together if everything is okay. Also, what is the proof of funds amount for a visa application? I already said something around 3,000 euro roughly on your bank account. Siblings can be considered as sponsors. Everyone can be considered as a sponsor. Yes, siblings for sure. JHUB, you said yes, please, for 1 month. Yes, please, for 1 month. What? Living costs? It depends on you. Okay. Please, sir, what is the estimated amount in euro for proof of fund? I think that actually, guys, you are sleeping. I'm repeating for the fourth time in the last 3 minutes. 3,000 euro is a minimum requirement that you need to have on your bank account. Okay, how about health insurance? I managed that I mentioned, sorry, that you need to have the health insurance that will cover your stay over here. If you are from India, there are specific countries that actually work. If you are from the other country, always feel free to ask visa officers. They will help you about it. Can I book flights from Sri Lanka to Dubai and Dubai to Larnaca? Yes, you can. This is also another option. Sri Lanka to Dubai, Dubai to Cyprus, Cyprus to Malta. That's completely okay. Is it going to be refundable or non-refundable? Belo Malik, what? uh,
I think
what
she's asking
happened?
for insurance, about the insurance.
Insurance, it depends on
Yeah.
the insurance actually depends on the company. What was when I have multiple accounts and properties to sale to add up to my account for the purpose of this studies and health insurance? A lot of things at one question, but completely confusing. What happens if you have multiple accounts? Provide all accounts that actually you have. Can I book 4 weeks accommodation with GBS Malta for my visa application? Yes, you can, and I suggest always to do that. Can a student come with a dependent? No. Good morning, Zoran. The requested bank letter has been my challenge. My home country has its format from students traveling. For security and authenticity of the letter, they do not allow any personal details on the letter. Details like ID or passport numbers. Please, what can I do? I have submitted everything, other document except this. You will go to notary and you will write the declaration that your name, your surname, your passport number, that you are the owner of the bank account, this one, and as a proof you are providing the bank letter. Also add the sentence that the bank is refusing to issue um, the bank letter with your ID card or passport number. Notary will actually stamp it and Central Visa Unit will accept it. I stay in Nigeria and my brother in USA want to sponsor me. I want to ask if it's allowed. Yes, of course, it's allowed. Your brother will do the sponsorship letter that will be notarized over there in America. You mentioned 3K for POF and 6K for student residence card. Kindly elaborate. To elaborate, I don't know what to elaborate. You need to have 6 minimum salaries for student residence card. That's the requirement. There's nothing, unfortunately, to elaborate over there. You need to have that money to prove that you can live normally over here, that you can support yourself while you are studying and living here in Malta. Can I use same statements of account used for visa application for? Yes, you can, but if you apply for your student residence card immediately when you come here to Malta, bear in mind for both applications, for the visa application and for student residence application, your bank statement cannot be older than 30 days. Can I come with my 3-year-old to study in Malta? I think that I already answered. What about the accommodation after first 4 weeks? We can stay longer, we can move to another place, will campus assist us? You can always, yes. So, I mean, we will assist you if you will take the accommodation via school. Yes, you can purchase the accommodation for all year round. That's not a problem via school, but also you can actually do your own arrangements. I think it's easier with school because they will take care about, we will take care about everything. Can I book a flight from Lagos to France? No, you can't. I already mentioned. Unfortunately, you need to buy a ticket from Lagos to Istanbul and from Istanbul to Malta. I know that you have some issues with traveling to Dubai from Nigeria, so Istanbul is the only option for you. Thank you. Which insurance companies are acceptable in Nigeria? If I wish to use GBS Malta insurance partner, guard me. How much do I need from Nigeria? Guard me is 520 and it will cover 1 year. So it will cover your visa and it will cover your student residence card as well. And when we go to visa interview, if you want to take updated experience letter from office, or can we take the previous one that we shared with the university? You are not going for the interview. The interview will be completed from your home online. Hmm. For Nigerians, what's the best route to Malta? I said Lagos, Istanbul, Istanbul, Malta. What is the age restriction to apply for admission? Well, for our award, Bipin, can you answer this question, please?
Yes, Zoran, thank you. So basically for the BA, they have mentioned if student is going for, hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah. So if the student is going for the minimum age they have, we have mentioned is minimum 18 years till 22. And the maximum for the masters, there is no specific age, but we make sure the student is at around like not too old to apply for the course. So it's better if they have the around 38 or 40. Also, we have the student who are 40 years old. So there's no exactly, I can say there is a specific age for that. But for yes, for bachelor's course is 18 years between 22 years.
Thank you, Bipin. I thought my family can come to Malta after 3 years. Well, during your studies, you cannot sponsor anybody. If you remain here in Malta as a worker or somebody who will work, in that case, yes. To be sure, do you mean during visa application I need to have 3K and then 6 to 7 euros subsequently for student residence card? Is this correct? Yes, it's correct. What is a notary, please? Well, notary will be, I don't know if you have it in your country. In majority of countries, there is a notary. There is a sort of like a person who studied law, who has a stamp and can actually prove that your document is legal. You can do it with a lawyer as well, perhaps. I don't know in which country you are, Odera. Without sponsorship, can I get a visa? Yes, you can get a visa without sponsorship if you meet all the criteria. Good morning, Zoran. Please, what is the maximum number of pages one is allowed to submit for the visa statement of purpose? I don't know what to say here. If you're going to submit your statement of purpose, definitely you need to explain everything, let's say like in a detail, but not in a detail that you're writing a novel, right? And when we go to visa interview, if we want to take updated experience, I already answered this. Can I book flight tickets from Nigeria to Istanbul and Istanbul to Malta? My suggestion is actually to do it via Istanbul, not UK, because for the UK you need to have transit visa, which I assume that you don't have. Please, I wanted to ask if I submit my visa application at VFS in June, how soon can I hear back from Identity Malta? First of all, Naquanta, you need to submit all the documents over here to the compliance team, to visa support officers. They will provide the documents to us. We will see when there is actually availability in your country, and the compliance team will make a decision when we will do the booking for you according to your country, according to the available slots, and the most important, according to the time frame that you can come here on time. Can I sponsor myself? Yes, you can. All the what documents do I need to show for the visa process if I'm sponsoring myself? Temitope, most probably actually you skipped the beginning of this session. You need to have all the documents when it comes to the bank statement, bank letter, bank card, and tax confirmation paid for last 3 years. What I'm asking to be clarified is when a student has an inheritance property to sale for the purpose of these studies, can it be accepted to the deposited into account for the purpose of the statement of the account in case of a large sum deposit? Well, look, yes, in that case, you will need to provide all necessary documents that you inherited something, that you sold something, that you paid tax on that. So your documents will be much, much bigger. Otherwise, if they see a large sum of money on your bank account, it will be no. You need to clarify how did you get this amount of money. Uh, you Just a second. Odera, please contact visa officers. They will explain what do you need to do in regards to this letter that you need to do. About the ATM withdrawal slip, I have gone to several banks here in Nigeria, including my bank. There is no ATM that is paying with slip, and I use POS withdrawal slip. Yes, this is very acceptable. Guys, why Central Visa Unit is asking for that? They just want to see that the card that you have physically is in your possession and that you can pay or withdraw money, that everything is okay. Okay, I have 3 bank accounts. Lucky you. Congratulations. One is used for personal long-time savings, which is meant for this purpose, study abroad. I saved money into the account as I made them a large and small lodgement. My other bank accounts are for business purposes, which balance was low. Will my savings account be accepted by visa officer? Yes, but you need to provide all bank statements from all 3 accounts. You need to provide the bank letter that proves that you are the owner of all 3 accounts. You need to prove how did you get this money, and you need to prove that you pay the tax. Okay? Does that mean that the proof of funds will total up to 9,000 euros? Student residence card plus visa required proof of funds? No. I said for the visa purposes, you need minimum 3,000. For the student residence card, you need minimum between 6 and 7,000. If you apply for the visa with one bank statement, and over there is enough money, let's say 6, 7,000. And after that, actually, when you come here to Malta, you apply with the same bank statement for the student residence card. It means that you will use the same amount of money. Okay. Why do I have to pay my whole tuition and I don't have the option of paying part payment of my tuition fee? Because I don't know which country actually you are from, but unfortunately for the visa purposes, central visa unit to be sure that you are a genuine student, not somebody who will pay just small portion of the tuition fees, get visa, and then vanish somewhere in Europe. Central visa unit actually decided to actually put this requirement. This is not up to us. This is not up to school. This is up to central visa unit. What if your visa is denied and you have already paid for insurance in Malta? Can it be refunded? Yes, it can be. Well, actually, I can say I can talk only about GuardMe insurance that is purchased through our school. If your visa is refused and you cancel your GuardMe insurance immediately when you get your visa refusal letter, you will be refunded for this amount. Yes. For the other companies, insurance companies, I really don't know. This is for, okay, thank you, Bipin. We are talking about the October intake. This is the new regulation for the GuardMe, which was completely non-refundable previously. Hello, apologies. I joined late. I want to confirm that is the process for post-study visa after my study? Yes, there is option of post-study visa, and this post-study visa application will give you opportunity to stay for 9 months after you graduate over here. Of course, you will need some documents for this application as well. And of course, the school is supporting our students when it comes to this application as well. So we will help you. We will provide all necessary documents. Okay. Please, more clarity on the resident permit application proof of funds. You need to have minimum 6 to 7,000 euro. You need to have the accommodation sorted out for the entire stay. And that's all. More or less, if you are how to say it, well organized with your documents and papers, people usually actually apply for student residence card as soon as they come here to Malta, if they have all the documents and everything is sorted, everything is done. Do we need to take actual debit cards myself and sponsor for the visa interview? Guys, I think that you are mixing some things. Visa interview is the interview where people will actually meet you online, so you don't need to take anything apart to be over there with your ID document. If you are going to VFS, if you are sorry, if you meant VFS appointment where you need to submit your documents, yes, you need to take a photo of your debit card and credit card or credit card. Hi Zoran, just to be clear about company sponsorship, apart from the notarized sponsorship letter, is there any supporting document for the visa application? Well, sponsorship letter, and then actually your company will need to provide that actually company is registered over there in your country, and more or less that's all. If you can actually, I provided my email address, send me an email later on so we can discuss it a bit more. Can I still get a study visa? I already have a study visa rejection from Canada and USA. That's a good point. We need, and thank you for this question. Every single candidate who got the visa rejections from some other countries, meaning entire Schengen area, USA, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, or other European countries that are not part of Schengen area, you always need to provide a visa rejection letter to our visa officers so that we can actually understand if we can proceed with your application or not. Without seeing that visa rejection letter, I cannot tell you a lot. Any more questions? So guys, as you can see, it's quite lengthy process. It's quite how to say it, serious process. We need a lot of documents. Central Visa Unit requires a lot. So always keep in mind that stay friendly with our lovely visa officers. Always actually provide them with everything that they asked you. Do the corrections of the documents. This is for your good, not for them. Listen, they're getting paid actually, and that's their job. Nothing good, nothing bad, right? But if you want to study here in Europe, if you want to be a part of GBS, if you want actually to change your life a bit, keep in mind, provide every single document to our lovely visa support officers that are here, that will support you in everything that actually is needed. Please, any update on visa for May intake? Yes, that's a very good question. I don't know why I cannot see all the questions. Thank you very much for that question. May intake. We are still waiting for some students to get their visa outcomes. And the May intake is supposed to start within a couple of days, right? So don't worry. We are going to inform Central Visa Unit that we still did not receive all student outcomes, and we will kindly ask them actually to provide us with all outcomes so that we will know what is happening. Are you coming and joining over here or not? Hopefully everything will be okay. Give us a couple of days and we will get back to you. I don't think that actually we are receiving more questions, or my chat actually got stuck over here. The last question was about the ATM withdrawal slip. But on my mobile phone, I'm getting quite a lot of notifications and messages. I have 4 million bank statement in my sponsor account, but he has not ATM card and checkbook. He used only digital application. Is it enough? Shafiq, do you use bank cards? Is he going to be able to transfer money from his bank account to your bank account? That's okay. Oluchi, my husband wants to support my studies through fixed deposit. Which documents do I need to submit to VFS for this purpose? Fixed deposits, sponsorship letter from your husband, credit or debit cards, confirmation that your husband paid taxes. I have fixed deposit under my name, but the funds are from my father's savings. Therefore, we need to take the notarized letter from my dad that the money is his, which is under my name on the fixed deposit. No, don't do that. If fixed deposit is on your name and you are a student, you are not going to get a visa. The fixed deposit is supposed to be on the name of your father, not you. And the letter that father's money on your bank account doesn't work here well. Okay. If I'm using a sponsor, do I still need to get a letter from my own bank? Yes, of course. Can a student be a third class in BSc application for admission? I'm not sure that I understand. What is the third class in BSc?
Okay, the student means Zoran for the it's basically the division of third division around the it's equivalent to the percentage. So I have answered this question that they have to submit the application to our admissions team so that they can assess and they will update them on the same. And I've shared the email address as well for the admissions team.
Thank you very much, Bipin. Well done. If I have multiple accounts and I want to move money to one specific account, please don't move money at all. Keep the money on all accounts that you have. Take the bank statements from all accounts. Provide us with the bank letters that you are the owner of all bank accounts, but moving the money from one account to another is going to be extremely suspicious for Central Visa Unit. Okay. For someone that got 50% scholarship, I'm paying only the full payment of the remaining 50% fees for visa processing, right? Shukura, yes, correct. Does the 50% of scholarship applies to your campus in Spain?
I have told them to contact the consular with their consular for the scholarship for this because we don't have any campus in Spain. Yeah.
I was a bit confused about this question, but okay. Please, my school, which is GBS, is starting soon. So what if our visa arrives late, which I know already late, and we did meet up with the induction? I hope GBS will consider it. Yes, of course that we will consider it. We know that actually some students are joining us a bit later, so don't worry about that. Kindly contact. Okay, I could find the refuse. I couldn't find the refusal letter given to me at the US Embassy in April 16. Do I remember what was written there? It's not working. You need to provide us with a letter. Can I submit new withdrawal receipt using my debit card from my bank account for visa interview? I have taken updated bank letters and statements as well. Yes, okay. Fixed deposit under student's name will not be considered. No, Sashin. Fixed deposit under student's name will not be considered. Fixed deposits only under the name of your sponsor. That will be considered. Okay. My chat really got stuck completely. When will GBS give me VFS appointment for October intake? I have already paid my tuition fee, accommodation fee, and VFS fee. And Shafiq, Very important question. Did you provide GBS with all necessary documents? Is everything okay with documents? Please answer. Shafiq, I'm waiting for your answer. We will book your VFS appointment as soon as we receive all documents, as soon as everything is okay. It's not important. What some of the students actually believe is that it's enough just to do the payment. Yes, this is one part, of course, but also we need the documents, we need the paperwork. If my savings for proof of funds are in dollar account is okay, don't worry. But I can't use my card to withdraw dollars in Nigeria. So you can withdraw with your card Nairas. It doesn't matter. It will do, how to say it, immediate conversion. So it's not a problem if you just need to prove that you can use this card, okay? Where, Shafiq, I'm waiting for your answer. Please, please, how can I go about collecting another refusal letter from the US Embassy? Maybe to contact US Embassy, I don't know really.
Just send them an email and they'll surely help you with that.
Definitely. Is it a must to submit once rejected a visa? Yes, of course, it's a must. If you don't submit, you are actually wasting your time, you're wasting time of all people that you can see here on the screen. You are putting the wrong hope on your case, and it's better to be honest, you know. A big thanks to your team, especially Nupur. Your guys are great with your quick responses. I say thanks a million times. I say you are more than welcome on behalf of Nupur, me, and the entire team. Yes, all of us, we are lovely. Now 12 points to Nupur. I have missed GBS call twice now. I will be sending my documents soon. I will also be paying next week. Thank you, Israel, for informing us. Shukura, should I take my old passport along with my new passport when going for a visa application? Just asking in case my travel history can enhance the success of the application. Take it. When you are going to do this copy of your passport, do the copy of both passports. So if you already had some visas before, especially Schengen visas, this will definitely help to get a new Schengen visa. Perfect. Once I pay my full tuition, 5K, and hotel 1 month has been paid and booked, how much will I show as a proof of my fund while applying for visa? I will say that Luke Man actually joined us a bit later. Last time I'm talking about the funds. For the visa application, you need to have minimum 3,000 euro. Shafiq, I'm waiting for unconditional offer letter. Okay, thank you. So my colleagues will reply. Hi, Zoran. Just sent an email regarding further assistance on the company. Let me see if, but since you misspelled my name, most probably you misspelled my email address. But no, I got it. Olusula Pelumi Julius from Nigeria. Right? Okay, I will answer it today. Shafiq, before I got conditional offer letter for this, I paid full tuition fees. Well done, Shafiq. Thank you. My colleagues will reply soon to you. When is deadline to submit? I don't understand this question. Would be POF be combination of what you need from your home country and in Malta 3K only, or? I don't understand this. Can you confirm that 3,000 euro is enough for the visa application, or do? Okay. Once again, very last time today, when it comes to funds. To apply for visa is 90 days only. You need to have 3 minimum salaries on your bank account. Minimum salary in Malta is roughly 1,000 euro, meaning that you, for visa application, you need to have something around 3,000. For student residence card, which is 1 year card, you need to have something around between 6 and 7,000 euro, since you will need to sort out your accommodation for the entire year. That was my last answer about proof of funds. Nupur is the best. She needs an increasement in salary. Yeah, bravo, Nupur. And come on, guys. All of us others are now jealous. Only Nupur. The other people also work very, very hard over here. I'm kidding. All 12 points to Nupur. Nupur, I would gladly actually increase your salary, but it's not in my hands. I'm so sorry. Okay, please kindly help us to update the CVU for we May intake so we can know how to prepare for resumption. Yinka or Jinka? Fix your English and rewrite your question. I did not understand a single thing. Esther, why is age a criteria for admission in GBS? This is not the Esther. This is not criteria from GBS or for GBS. This is criteria for the visa, unfortunately. Toluvanimiyannimivura. I hope I said correct. I'm using a sponsor. Do I still need to get a letter from my own bank? Do you have the bank account? Yes. So you need a letter from your bank account. So for your bank account as well. Do you think the copy of my ATM card and original receipt from ATM withdrawals is good enough? Yes. When I asked it earlier, I was told that the bank letter is for the sponsors only. Look, to stay on the safe side, funds are extremely crucial part for the visa application. As many documents, that's better. If you are sponsored, you need to have a bank letter from your sponsor who is proving the ownership of that bank account. And in the sponsorship letter, sponsor mentioned that he or she will transfer money from his bank account to your bank account. But you need to prove the ownership of your bank account as well. So don't ask questions that are like, just listen what the guys over there are telling to you and just do it, and visa will be there. Please, what can I do if I don't get to pay my tuition fee and visa fee by deadline next week? Is there any room for extension? Saurab, is there
That
any room? Is there any room, kitchen or living room for extension or no?
no. Any reason for that? If you have genuine reason, that might be considered, but no.
Guys, the entire visa process is quite lengthy. We need to book the appointment 12 weeks before the course will start, which means hurry up. Is it possible me to pay 60% of my fee first? Uh,
All conditions for fee payments are mentioned on the letters shared to you. Please refer to that.
Thank you, Saurabh. So follow the instructions when it comes to the payments. Once you receive the unconditional offer letter, we will start the visa process and share the checklist with you. Thank you, my colleagues. Please, can we get a recording of this webinar for some of us who are a bit distracted in an office meeting currently? I'm not sure that actually we did the recording. Sveta,
Yes,
what can you
yes,
tell us?
yes. I can share the YouTube. I'll upload in the YouTube and I'll just share the YouTube link here with the team.
That's
Yes.
amazing. Thank you very much. Okay, guys, it's here in Malta. It's 13:03 or 1 p.m. and 3 minutes. Here I will say thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much to all the participants of this lovely show today. My dear team, let's go and crack on the task that we have to finish our working day today. I wish you a nice weekend. Candidates, I wish you all the best with visas and hurry up with your documents. Hope to see you in October in Malta, unless you actually applied for May intake and you got your visa already. All the best and see you soon. Ciao, ciao.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
everyone.
Thank you, Zoran.
Thank you.
Thank you, Visa team.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Thank you,
Zoran.
everyone.
Zoran.
Thank
Thank
you,
Thank
you,
you.
Zoran.
everyone. Bye.
Thank you,
Bye
everyone.
bye.